Welcome everybody to the Athletics pregame show brought to you by Howard and Hanna. I'm Jacob Flack. Alongside with me is Frank Wolf. We're live here at Cicero North Syracuse High School for the Class A state semifinal round between the Jamestown Red Raiders taking on Christian Brothers Academy. And Frank, we're about 10 minutes away from the start of this contest. We're going to have some really good football here, some nice high-intensity football. The snow is coming down. It's cold. It's windy. It's going to be one heck of a game tonight.
I agree with you 100%, Jake, and this is exactly the type of weather that Jamestown wanted to see heading into this game, where they can see feature running back Jalen Butera do his thing. He's gotten them this far. Can he take them a little bit further? We'll find out in just a few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Jalen Butera has been the star player for Jamestown, has more than 30 rushing touchdowns on the season. He was phenomenal against Canandaigua, and that was a game where they had a nice back-and-forth battle. It was close. But before the end of the second quarter, 4th and goal with 1 second left, Tom Langworthy calls timeout. Everyone's like, what the heck's going on? He goes, I'm giving it to my best player, Butera. He dives over everyone for a touchdown. And then after that, the second half was nothing but Jamestown. They scored 2 more touchdowns. They shut out Canandaigua, and they're going to have a nice, tough battle here against Christian's Brother Academy, who has nice key players in themselves. They're going to go up against this Red Raiders team.
Yeah, Jake. First of all, head coach Casey Brown of the Christian Brothers Academy is in his 7th season. Now, this is almost like a home game for them. They're from Section 3. They're just from around the block, where Jamestown had to drive good 4.5 hours just to get here. Heading into this game, though, Christian Brothers, they started off the season 3-3. They've won 5 straight. In fact, the last game they played, 8 interceptions. 8 interceptions for this Christian Brothers Academy defense just a week ago. This is the best team Jamestown has faced all year. No question about it. This is the best, most balanced team they've faced all season. So they're in for a dogfight. Just like last week, as good as Butera was, they needed Trey Drake to come through with a couple of throws, and that's exactly what their junior quarterback did. Trey Drake has a lot to do with how they got here today. Yes, Butera had a monster game last week, but it was those pinpoint accurate throws that Drake had, specifically in that second quarter, that extended drives and kept the momentum on Jamestown's side. I expect him to have to do that again today against this defense, but he's going to have to be a little more accurate tonight. Again, it's a little windier, it's colder, snow's coming out. If they can get Butera going and get him comfortable, then they can start working Drake in with a couple of those short passes, break the ice, get him in there, get some confidence early, and keep that Jamestown Red Raider offense moving.
Yeah, absolutely. And where Trey Drake's going to have to do that, Jordan Ray's going to have to do something similar. We saw in the pregame warm-ups, he's got some good zip on the ball. So if the game's not too windy, we don't have a lot of those gusty winds, even if the cold's in play here tonight and the snow coming down, Ray should not have any problem throwing the football if he's able to keep his techniques and throwing motion going. The other star players from this game, Zaire Torrance will be another one to look out for. Dan Anderson will be another one. And just blanked me on the final player. Tristan Conforta, that's who the guy is. Those going to be the core 4 guys on this team that's led Christian Brothers Academy to where they are now, and they're going to be the 4 guys that are going to try to lead this team to a state title tonight.
Yeah, and you get some of those other guys from Jamestown we've been talking about all year long. Ben Anderson, he's got to have an integral part of this game today. Sincere Green, one of the leaders on that defense. He comes up big each and every week. This is a week then, again, what did you do for me lately? And here's another big test for Jamestown. The reward, a game next week at the Carrier Dome with no elements, Jake. No elements, just that beautiful turf at the Carrier Dome. That's what these kids dream of. They were just there a couple years ago, played like a preseason game there to start their year. So they know their way to the Carrier Dome. It's been a while. It's been a long time for Tom Langworthy and these Red Raiders. But, Jake, I'm pretty confident that they can take down this team if they put their best effort forward.
Whereas Cicero North Syracuse just around the corner, the elements of the weather has been very similar for Jamestown as they dealt with this in the Far West Regionals against Canandaigua. Are they going to come up against this big win against CBA? Well, we're going to find out just in about 10 minutes. Thank you guys so far for tuning into the pregame show brought to you by Howard and Hanna. I'm Jacob Flack. Alongside me is Frank Wolf. Remember, this game is exclusively on the NFHS network. We'll have Stu Boyer and Tom Prince on the call for that one. Myself as a sideline reporter for tonight's game. But, guys, we'll also have highlights of this game as well. They'll be posted on Western New York Athletics Twitter page. And I'll also provide updates to the game as the game progresses along. But for right now, I want to thank you guys for tuning into the pregame show. I'm Jacob Fike. Alongside with me is Frank Wolf, and we'll see you guys next time.